welcome. This is Thrive, and I'm here with Leisha Jarrett. She is an exceptional, extraordinary spiritual and intuitive coach and healer that I've been working with for the last 2 years. I'm always so grateful for her sharing her knowledge, and we're speaking about the ascension that is currently happening on this planet between the fourth and the fifth dimension.
We're now moving slowly into an experience of embodying our higher self-consciousness and becoming one with it. So, the primary principle of 5D is unity. Everything starts to become one in a unified way. We're still very individual and very self-expressed, but we have greater access to the truth that's held in our higher self and our soul. So we're ascending, within our personal selves, and we're all doing that together on the planet right now. And there's more awakened people on the planet now than ever before.
For all of you that are watching, you are awakening souls. And what does that mean? What does it mean for you personally? What does it mean for our planet and everyone in existence? I'm very excited to have Leisha with us to answer some of these questions, because I'm certainly searching for the answers, and I know that she has studied this in a lot more depth. And today we did decide we're going to be addressing the shift between the fourth dimension and the fifth dimension. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Susana. Today is Thrive in Spirit. I can see some of you on Instagram. Hi, Nikki. Hi, Tamara. And for those of you on Facebook, I'm sure I'll see you now. I know there's a little bit of a delay. I am here with one of my favorite spiritual coaches, psychic intuitive healers, Leisha Jarrett. Let's welcome her. How are you doing today, Leisha?
Hello, Susana. Hi, everyone. I'm very, very well. Just to let you know, I've got your photo here, Susana, but not your video.
Oh, it's not coming through yet?
Oh, there you are.
Oh, good. Hi. How are you doing? I know a lot of people have not been feeling themselves and not been feeling very well. I know yesterday I had to take some time out and ended up just lying on the couch for most of the day, actually just feeling quite nauseous, headaches, and not like I could stand. I know there's a huge energetic shift, and that's why we are here today. For all of you that are watching, you are awakening souls. And what does that mean? What does it mean for you personally? What does it mean for our planet and everyone in existence? I'm very excited to have Leisha with us to answer some of these questions, because I'm certainly searching for the answers, and I know that she has studied this in a lot more depth. And today we did decide we're going to be addressing the shift between the fourth dimension and the fifth dimension. And I think maybe, Leisha, possibly we should just start with a little introduction of what that means. What is the fourth dimension, and what does it mean to be shifting now into the fifth dimension?
Yeah, it's a really big question, so we'll try and make it a short answer for today. I think people that are in the spiritual movement and spiritual area might be hearing this language more and more. Some people may be new to this language, and that's totally fine. We just need to remember that it is just language, and that we do kind of need to use concepts to describe our experiences. And so people refer to the new earth and the new energies that are coming, the new paradigm, and 5D is often, or fifth density, sometimes people say that as well, when we're referring to this dimensional shift. So basically, this is really the same conversation as what is ascension, what is going on the planet on a global activation level. And essentially what it means is that when a whole race, a whole collective of peoples evolve together, they're ascending. So if you imagine, we're not ascending up into the heavens, into light bodies and disappearing. We're ascending out of our lower vibrational, kind of denser, ego-based system reality to become more aligned and unified with parts and aspects of our higher self, you know, the wisdom, the knowing, the truth, and the higher levels within our own being. So we're ascending, you know, within our personal selves, and we're all doing that together on the planet right now. And there's more awakened people on the planet now than ever before. And there's many people waking up in droves, just having spiritual experiences, having revelation, becoming aware, you know, just so many across the board. And there are still people that are finding their way and not in that space yet, and that's okay, because it's like a wave, you know, it moves through, and there's a bunch of pioneers that go first, and then there's another wave, and then there's another wave. And it happens kind of in phases like that, so that we can hold our reality stable, so that everyone can do it in their own way, at their own time, and be supported. So do you want me to speak briefly about what my definition is of 4D and 5D?
I think that would be very important, but I also just want people to understand, you know, that awakening, it happens in different ways for different people, as I understand it. Some people, it happens so gently, and suddenly it just happens, and all of a sudden they're awake to this new consciousness, this new way of thinking, this new way of feeling, this new way of being. And other people go through something traumatic. Like I think my awakening started more gently many years ago, but was very accelerated when I almost died, when I got sick, when I went through that trauma. It was like the universe was saying, I've been trying to be gentle with you and you're not paying attention. And so I'm going to stop you in your tracks so that you do pay attention. And so it happens in different ways for different people. And I think that that's an important thing for everybody to really hear, because a lot of people judge it and go, oh, but that I feel different. I didn't experience it in that way, you know, so maybe I haven't been going through it. So maybe if you could just shine a little bit of clarity around that, and then we'll go into, yes, your definition of
yeah. So I call that embodiment phases. Actually, I've written a blog on this. If anyone wants to go deeper, just go to leishajarrett.com to my blog page and just search for embodiment as the key word. So we actually choose from our higher self level how our navigation is going to occur, how our personal evolution and personal ascension is going to occur. And like with you, Susana, many of us do choose catalyst, accident, illness, trauma, confrontation, you know, of some kind. And that's also a very 4D thing as well, which I'll talk about in a moment. And some of us have other, you know, more gentler, longer periods of awakening. It's so vast and so diverse. And we choose to embody those experiences differently. So sometimes some of us put up our hand and say, yep, I'm going to take the first wave. Like I'm going to take the hit of the first wave. And we are the ones that will feel it in our body. We'll get, you know, our eyelids will flicker. We'll feel nauseous. We'll have to lie down. We're having energy updates. We're having upgrades. There's pain in the body. There's strange symptoms ringing in the ears, emotional waves. You know, that could be likened to a first embodiment wave. And so we do this at different times. We're not always first embodiers. You know, when waves come in, we might say, yep, I'm going to be a first embodier for this wave. But then for the second wave, the next download that comes through, the next light influx, we might be a second wave embodier, which is where we feel it a little bit, but we're still very functional, but we've got a good sense of it in the field. We can feel it in the collective, and we're very aware of it happening for others. Then there's this third wave where we've still got conscious awareness that there's an awakening going on, but we're not having a physical experience of it. We're still out doing everything we need to be doing. And this varies, you know, with each wave. We make a choice about which level of embodiment are we going to show up for. And that's so we can all do it together, and society and functioning kind of doesn't get too chaotic, because we've still got to show up in the physical. We've still got to do our jobs and be there for our families and integrate, you know, these massive influxes of light, which is what it is. Massive influxes of light coming into the crown, into the DNA, upgrading our physical and our light systems so we can hold those higher frequencies for longer periods.
So is that possibly what's been going on in the last little while with so many, because so many of my psychic intuitive coaches have not been feeling well, you know, and for me, the nausea, the unwellness, the headaches, it's been coming like in bouts and sort of flows, and it gets more intense and then it becomes more subtle. And like even now I'm sitting here, yesterday I was like, maybe I should just cancel Thrive for a week and give everyone kind of just a week's break to sort of just embody, because I can feel there's been an influx of that feeling generally and in me. Is that part of what you're talking about?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I get nausea and dizziness, headachy and fatigue, and my kind of common embodiment symptoms. I often have to sleep, and it's not even sleeping. Sometimes I just lie down for 2 hours and can't sleep because it's a very wired, energetically activated state that I get into as well, and many others, heart palpitations. So fatigued but wired can happen. And look, the only thing to do is just be present. There's nothing wrong. The only thing that can make it more difficult is if your lower ego or your anxiety, fear, or resistance activates at the same time. Yeah. And that's okay. It might make it slightly more difficult temporarily, but really it's just about being present and doing the nurturing. If you're able to, take the rest, lie down, hydrate, take care. And we are being asked to reflect on what is important right now and what can we let go of. I just had a week of leave away from client work, for example, last week. And the whole week, I just went into upgrades. Every day, I had to take rest, I had to reflect, I had to meditate, had to take time out. And it wasn't always easy. I did have really challenging days in there. And my mind had a whole list of things I wanted to do because I had the time away from client work. But my spirit said, actually, you're going to be upgrading because you've got a whole week, basically to yourself. So I think that it's important at the moment that everyone really tunes in on that personal level. And, the global event might be helping some of us do that by taking away some activities and external distractions that may not be necessary, so we can go deeper. That's also why there's so many activations on the planet right now, because many of us are in reflection, we are in isolation, or we've slowed down, or we're just participating at the high self level.
Yeah. It's so interesting to me when we like the way you were describing it is exactly how I've been feeling. How many of you out there have been feeling the same way? I think it would be really useful for us to know that we're not alone. I know that for me that is a great help when I connect with other coaches and teachers, because then I know that I'm not going through this process and it's just me, because often my go-to before understanding this was pull yourself together. You've got work to do. You've got things, to do. But the calling is really to just be still and be with yourself during that time. And so now that I'm aware of that, I'm creating more space to do that. I see that a lot more people have tuned in. For those of you that have just tuned in, welcome. This is Thrive, and I'm here with Leisha Jarrett. She is an exceptional, extraordinary spiritual and intuitive coach and healer that I've been working with for the last 2 years. I'm always so grateful for her sharing her knowledge. And we're speaking about the ascension that is currently happening on this planet between the 4th and the 5th dimension. So I think maybe let's go back to that point, so that you can just give a little bit more clarity around what that means for you. What is the clear definition for you of what, or the understanding perhaps of what that means?
Of ascension?
Of the 4th and the 5th dimension, the difference between the 4th and the 5th dimension.
So we can't evolve as a race, as a global community, without ascending and moving through dimensional realities. So a dimension is like a reality construct that holds us. So our belief systems, our worldviews, what we experience, limitations, even, the construct of physical matter is held within a dimensional reality. And so the 4th dimension is the dimension we've lived in for, centuries and thousands of years. It's been the predominant dimension on the planet forever, for a really long time. Prior to that, in the 3D is very mental. It's the lowest density we can exist in as a physical embodiment. And it's very much about the mind. It's about intellect and developing the mind. The ego is our driver, and we make decisions from a place of survival. We feel vulnerable to the elements. We believe that we are physical in nature, and that we have to do what we can to survive and thrive within a physical existence, pretty much. Once we start to enter the fourth dimension, we start to awaken to the idea of energy, that we are non-physical. We don't have all the answers. It's an exploration dimension, but this is where religion is born. It is where spiritual philosophy is formed. It's where a lot of the beautiful indigenous spiritual cultures really thrived on the planet. And it's where we experience the fundamental principle of duality, which is polarities, which is the contrast between light and dark. And this is really, if I had just one point to talk about tonight, it'd be duality, because duality is the construct of that dimension. It means that everything we experience, there's a contrast and an opposite. And this is also what makes the dimension so difficult, because we're constantly up against the light and the dark within ourselves, our inner demons, our ego versus our non-ego, our empowerment versus our disempowerment, our wounded self versus our, non-wounded whole self. And we're constantly oscillating all the time between these two aspects of ourselves as we heal and integrate and grow. So it's the dimension where kind of the primary navigation of our life is about overcoming obstacles. So this is where catalyst is really comes up a lot, Susana, like with you. The fourth dimension is about confrontation and catalyst. So we have these big pushes of events, these big confronting events, lots of triggers and relationship issues. Trauma happens a lot, where we're faced with confronting ourselves. This is very, very duality-based fourth dimensional awakening.
And isn't that, Leisha, what we are currently actually experiencing on the planet with the coronavirus and the situation that we are faced with now? Isn't it an intensified version of exactly what you're speaking about?
It is an intensified version of it, but there is a difference, because on the planet right now, we're actually anchored in 5D already. So since 2012 was the gateway of 5D. It was just the beginning. It wasn't just a moment in time and suddenly we're, ascended. It was really just opening a door and saying, okay, now we can start 5D. Now we can just begin to dismantle the fourth dimension. And it takes time, because when we're so enmeshed and embedded and conditioned by a dimensional reality, we have to slowly unravel that so that we can survive and thrive and integrate and become much more. So since 2012, we've started to anchor 5D more and more. So pretty much all beings on the planet, whether they realize it or not, are anchored in 5D. We're just becoming aware of that on multiple levels. So what's happening on the planet right now is a dismantling. It's an activation, and it's a massive dismantling of old, dense 4D structures that aren't relevant and aren't serving and aren't necessary and are complete. And so within that, there's absolutely catalyst and trauma and confrontation as this kind of strong push happens. And especially for people that are choosing that. There are lots of people still choosing that. And there's a lot of people on the planet that are like, wow, I'm just really flowing with this. I'm really trusting this process. Some people that I've spoken to have said, look, I just feel in the 5D light. I'm not having difficulties. I'm not having stress and anxiety. So some people are having this beautiful experience of just holding the light. But we are all oscillating depending on our personal chosen path through it.
And when you speak about your personal chosen path, if everybody can just try and remember, this is also your soul's path, so it's not a conscious decision, although I suppose you can bring it into your consciousness. But it is your soul's path that has been chosen. And the fact that you're listening to this now, the fact that you're on this platform right now and engaging with people like Leisha all the way in Australia and me all the way in South Africa, from wherever you're listening to this in the world, it means that you're taking that from the unconscious and now making it conscious, which is a beautiful step in progression. How can this assist people by taking it from the unconscious into the conscious?
Well, that's the point of 5D. 5D is all about unity And so instead of having this experience of, my higher self kind of being separate to my lower self, I've got to seek guidance. I have to kind of tune in and wait for my higher self to kind of be present with me. We're now moving slowly into an experience of embodying our higher self consciousness and becoming one with it. So, the primary principle of 5D is unity. Everything starts to become one in a unified way. We're still very individual and very self-expressed, but we have greater access to the truth that's held in our higher self and our soul. So 5D actually makes it easier to embody our soul essence. And our soul essence is just our truth. It's what we're really doing here. It's our true expressions. It's our true voice. It's our true path. It's all of the non-dualistic truth about what we want to be doing here. And so we start to have experiences of this happening spontaneously and synchronistically more and more and more. And people will start to notice this. I cannot tell you how many people in my client group and personal life have just said, their intuition has just expanded, and I just feel I know this and I feel this now, and I'm tuned in on that level. And there's not always words that can describe that easily, but people are having these experiences because their higher self essence and their soul essence is more available.
Mm. It's so I love, everything that you're saying just makes so much sense to me, because I've been feeling that as well. My intuition has been flowing more. I can hear that a lot of people are saying in here they've also had nausea and and dizziness, and they actually thought that they were getting sick, which was actually my initial thought as well. I was like, but I haven't been out, I haven't touched anyone, I can't have caught anything, and so this has got to do with something beyond that. Just know that and take solace in that. So refreshing. As I thought I was going mad, I'm getting those comments. I've got people coming in from all over the world, including Bali. Welcome. So I can see you guys all there, and I'm glad that this is helping you feel more settled and less alone on this journey, because that is the entire point of this. We are running out of time, as we always do, but I do want to speak about two things before I let Leisha go. And the one is that Leisha has an SOS meditation that we were giving away with her membership program, which is still in the membership program. There are three main reasons why, I love working with Leisha. And I know that for a lot of you, a lot of wounds are coming up, and they are coming up for healing. This is a good thing. They can sometimes, like Leisha was saying, spontaneously just pop and then it's gone. And then some of them can really be challenging to deal with. There are shifts happening, like you are feeling, like you're experiencing, and you're giving me feedback now. That is another reason to have that support system from Leisha, where I can ask her these questions so that I know that I'm not going mad. And then also, Leisha really assists me in getting on my true life's path. What does that mean, for me personally? And she has an incredible membership program, which I encourage you all to just even have a look at. We have done a few interviews now, and it's really something that can assist you on this journey if this is the path that you're choosing, which if you're tuning in here, I really believe that it is. So Leisha, do you maybe want to just tell people a little bit more about that, just so that we can end on that before I let you go?
Absolutely. I'll just offer to people too, if anyone listening or tuning in is in the suffering of this transition right now, on my free resources page, on my website, there's a free resources page. There's an activation prayer called Ascension Activation. And it actually just helps lift you up and out of the 4D and help anchor you in the 5D, which helps this transition. There's another one on there I would highly recommend for people that really are really felt resonating with our topic just earlier about the soul. So if you're really wanting to just connect with your soul at the moment, what is your truth? What is your soul wanting to say to you? Wanting to embody that more, there's a soul embodiment process there too, which is free. It's just a PDF script that you can use like a mantra, like a prayer on a daily basis to really, really help that. And they're free. They're available there. For anyone that is resonating with going deeper, We did a really amazing call recently in April, which is still relevant. The calls are relevant, ongoing, where we dove into this 4D, 5D quite a bit more, actually. Someone on the call asked about it and we went really deep into it. And we transitioned through collapsing your 4D structures that are holding you back. It was so powerful. I had really great feedback from that call. People really
loved it. Incredible. It was really fantastic.
Yeah. So we do that every month, Susana. We go, I read the group, the whole group, everyone that's present, past, present, and future. So the calls are relevant no matter when you tune in. And I just resonate so much with being in group collective at the moment because it's so needed and I just come so alive. So, yeah, if anyone is resonating with that, please have a look, check it out, and get that previous call, that previous webinar. That's what I would recommend.
Amazing. So what I'll do for you guys actually is I'll send you a link to that free resources so that you can have a look at it and you can have access to it. I think that would be great. And I know that I've done that SOS process so many times and it helped me, you know, when I was going through, because I went through quite a few moments of kind of like, whoa, what is happening? And it just helped bring me back to center. So, and that is just something you can listen to as well. But these free resources are invaluable. They are just absolutely amazing. So it is 10:57 already.
Wow,
I know time just flies so much.
But I'm getting such beautiful.
Sorry?
You might have to do a part 2 on 5D.
I think we'll have to do a part 2 on 5D. But I'm getting wonderful messages here. Wow, you hit everything spot on. I've had so many of these symptoms lately. This helps so much. Hearts, many thanks. So that's really great. That's really fantastic. Leisha, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Absolutely. It's just always so special for you to be here with us and assist us in this evolution of consciousness, this ascension. And yeah, I just honor you. Thank you very much. And I hope you feel better because I know you've also been going through all the feels. I will chat to you later.
Enjoy. Take care.
Much love, much love. And for all of you that are still tuned in, I have said to you that I will be doing a meditation with you daily. I did realize that there have been a few things that have popped up. So some of you are loving the daily meditation. Some of you are wanting a few different things. I'm happy to always look at exactly what is serving you best, but you need to share with me your thoughts and feelings. And from the collective, I will then take the most common answers and I will serve you guys in that way. I hope that makes sense to you all. I'm also starting something which is taking everybody into the Facebook group. The reason why I'm doing that is because in that group, in that space, you guys will be able to communicate with each other more. And in that space, I'm going to be able to allow you interaction with the individual teachers. And with the individual teachers, you will be able to then have free group healings, free meditations, and much, much more. It's ended up being really asking a lot of them to say, can you do free healings every single week? And so I've had to find a way of still serving you. And so I've found that certain people are very much, they have it within their capacity to still share those group healings. And there are other people who are battling to have it in their capacity. And so the ones that do have it in their capacity, I've asked them to jump into the group healings and to give us some help from there. And so those are the ones that will be joining us every single week, and they will be doing the group healings for you, the group meditations for you. I've also said that anybody that is a part of Thrive will be able to then experience the opportunity of sharing whatever their gifts are within Thrive. So there's a lot going on, and I want you guys to all absolutely be a part of it. So please join the Thrive membership. If you haven't joined the Thrive membership yet, join the Thrive membership now. It's absolutely free. It will take you into the Facebook group. I am building a membership portal, which will give you a little bit more free resources like I was just discussing with Leisha, and so much more. But I want you guys to support each other, and within the group, I know that you can do that. So 1, 2, 3, let's do this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so we are now going on to the third day of 21 Days of Abundance. I hope you guys enjoy. Sit back, relax, find a quiet space, and I will be with you all
Welcome
very, very soon.
To day 3. What is reality? Is it what we can experience with our senses? Or is it something else, something deeper? Consider for a moment. Where was the chair you were sitting on before it was created? Where was your newborn before she came into this world? Just because we cannot see or touch something does not mean it doesn't exist. It simply means we can't experience it in our three-dimensional world at this moment. The same holds true for whatever you consider abundance. Limitless love, unbounded joy, optimal health, or greater material possessions. Just because you're not experiencing what you desire in this moment doesn't mean it can't exist for you. We live our lives primarily on the physical plane, which includes everything that has form or substance, what we commonly refer to as matter. Some look at this physical realm and see lack. Others see abundance. Some feel abundant. Others feel limited based on certain messages they may have received in the past. While we believe matter to be reality, we often view reality as changeless. Yet matter and form continually change. So, what then is reality? As we exist in the physical plane, we also live at the level of the mind. The mind is that part of us that perceives, thinks, reasons, and evaluates. The mind is potential energy, and because of this, we can change our physical world simply by changing our thoughts and beliefs. Beyond the mind, at the deepest level of consciousness, resides the spirit. This is the part of us that is eternal, unchanging, and imbued with pure, unlimited potential. Tapping into this potential is what enables us to manifest miracles. The world out there may appear to be objective, but in fact, it is subjective, a construct of our own interpretations. Our words, thoughts, and beliefs create specific results in the physical world. Therefore, abundance does not spring from an external source, rather it comes from within, from thought, intention, attention, and expectation. You, as a powerful creative being, can change your perceptions, change your mind, and change your reality by transforming your thoughts and expectations. You can begin to speak and understand nature's language and harness its infinite flow of energy, information, and intelligence to enjoy the great bounty of spirit that is your birthright. As we prepare for meditation, let's contemplate today's centering thought. Today, I focus on what I want to attract into my life. Today, I focus on what I want to attract into my life. Now let's begin. Please find a comfortable position, placing your hands lightly in your lap and closing your eyes. In this moment, go within, to that place of inner quiet where we experience our connection to the higher self. Let go of all thoughts and begin to observe the inflow and outflow of your breath. With each inhalation and exhalation, allow yourself to become more relaxed, more comfortable, more at peace. Gently introduce today's Sanskrit mantra, repeating it mentally and allowing it to flow with effortless ease. Sat Chit Ananda. Sat Chit Ananda. Existence, consciousness, bliss. Sat Chit Ananda. Whenever you find yourself distracted by thoughts, sensations in your body, or noises in the environment, simply return your attention to mentally repeating the mantra. Sat Chit Ananda. Please continue with your meditation. I'll mind the time, and at the end, you'll hear me ring a soft bell to indicate it's time to release the mantra. Sat Chit Ananda. Sat Chit Ananda. Just mentally. It's time to release the mantra. Please bring your awareness back into your body. Take a moment to rest, inhaling and exhaling slowly and deeply. When you feel ready, gently open your eyes. As you continue with your day, carry the sense of abundance with you, reminding yourself of today's centering thought. Today, I focus on what I want to attract into my life. Today, I focus on what I want to attract into my life. Today, I focus
back, everyone.
on what I want to attract.
I hope that you enjoyed that. I hope that it brought calm into your center. I hope that you felt the love and the warmth and the possibility that comes with meditating on a daily basis. As I said before, our meditation, Thrive members get to get their questions answered first, and there's so many more benefits. I am building a membership platform so that you guys can have free resources, specials on different services, products, courses, coaching, all kinds of things, and it's absolutely free. And in about a week to 2 weeks, I am going to be moving the majority of what we do on Facebook and on Instagram into the Thrive membership page, which is a private membership page. And the reason why I'm doing that is because the interaction level is just so much better, because you guys get to be a part of that community. You guys get to come forward and say, hey, I'm doing this, it's amazing, and you send it to me and I will look at it, and if it fits within the Thrive consciousness, I will absolutely share it with people. We've already had individuals come forward and say that they will do meditations on specific days, yoga on specific days, all kinds of things, excuse me. So I would love you guys to join. All you need to do is comment Thrive card below if you're on Facebook, and all the instructions will be sent to you. If you're tuned in from Instagram, you can go to my website bio and the link is there. Just click on that and it will take you through as well. I am not feeling very well today. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I thank you all for being here. I thank you so much for being present and being on this journey with me. Please invite your family, your friends, your distant cousins to join us so that we can really create a thriving community. Lots of love and light. Namaste. Bye for now.